I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but the cost of having a governed environment that is fast it's so much higher, right? Not just from a technical perspective, from an organizational perspective, right? In terms of the number of
Yeah.
people that need to be involved in the business, it's so much greater if you want to be able to have governance and speed, right? Do you think that's the biggest challenge, is in governance is the people commitment?
Sure, it always is. It always is. The people side of the problem is always the hardest one.
Yeah.
I like to think as the harder part of the problem is the one that you cannot buy. Yeah, you can always buy technology, and if you don't know how to use technology, you can hire a consultant to help you
Right.
operate it. But you cannot hire the culture of you cannot buy the culture of using data strategically in your company.
Yeah.
So what we are doing, and we are just starting our journey there, is in some of our companies, because as I mentioned before, we try to do it once, then learn from it, and then try to scale it. So and we're doing it right now, trying to we've set up the technical part. So now yesterday I was part of the top management committee of one of our companies, and it's really amazing to hear that they are starting to talk about data governance and the importance of data quality at that top level of the organization.
Yeah.
And we're helping them understand that they have to focus in both sides of the coin. That is how we protect our data, but also how we leverage our data to bring value for the business. Yeah. And I'm so glad that these conversations are starting to appear at those levels.
Yeah.
But we're just starting our journey. We've built a framework based on the DM book and other well-known frameworks in the market, but trying to make it as easy as possible to deploy, because we don't want to make it so very bureaucratic. Right. So we've used these frameworks and try to make them as lean as possible to apply in the reality we have, that we are not having at the beginning a lot of these full-time jobs you may need to deploy, as you said, these data governance capabilities at scale and with and providing speed. But we have wisely choose the people we already have in our companies and see how we can leverage them to perform some data governance roles. At the same time, they keep on doing their operating jobs. So it has to be very lean for them. They have to think that they have to know that this is very important for the company, because if not, their day-to-day tasks are going to overlap and to eventually kill what we expect from them as data stewards or data operators. So it's always a challenge.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, how about a more timely topic here is COVID-19, right? It's obviously affecting everyone, right? So, how has it changed how you go about your daily life? Has it affected what data has become more or less important for your organization? Are you doing things data-wise that you really weren't contemplating 4 months ago?
More than we are focusing on a different data, I think that what COVID has come is that we are thinking of data much more strategically than we used to do it before. I think everyone now thinks that to keep on winning in the post-pandemic era, we need to understand our customers better than ever. The only way to do that is by leveraging the data we have from our customers and how they interact with us. The COVID and the impact it has had in our companies, I think it has helped to instill somehow a sense of urgency for change. We were doing pretty well. We were growing permanently. So and making the case for change when everything is good,
Right.
and each year is better than the previous one. It's hard. It's always hard to make the case for change, but when everything is good, it's even harder. So I think that COVID and the impact it has had across all the markets in the world has helped not just Intercorp, but I think it's an opportunity for every company to make this sense of urgency and the rationale for change quickly. So that's something that's helping. I guess we've also been able to prove that, you know, when this started happening 3 or 4 months ago, everyone came to me and said, well, this is we can't use the historical data we have because now everything is broken. The ML algorithms and models are broken, and we cannot use the data we have collected from our customers before the pandemic. And I was very skeptical of that because I don't really think that people have changed. And I always said that if I'm a father, I'm still a father, and I was a father before the coronavirus, and I'm still a father after coronavirus, and that's not gonna change. And if I like to be healthy and play some sport, I'm still a sporty father. I was it, and I'm still a sporty father, and I will keep being a sporty father when this all ends. Probably, so that doesn't change, like deeply change what we are or what we are. Probably what you have to think is my habits are changing, but not my interest. So if I like to play sports, I probably don't offer me something to run outside because I just can't go out of home. But you could offer me something to keep on training at home.
Right.
So it is not that your customers are changing so much. It's that you have to understand your customers in a context. And the context is what has changed, but not your customers.
Got it.
And we had a lot of discussions about it, and we've developed some tests and some experiments, and we've been able to prove that we were right. Our customers hasn't changed. It's that we have to understand it in the context, and if we do so, we see high impact in every part of the funnel, of the conversion funnel, when we talk about e-commerce, for example. So probably that's one of the main learnings we're having, that this is not, it's not about people changing, it's more about the context. The context is changing, and you have to understand both sides to leverage data. But the data we have is still useful and more important than ever.